Hi, my name is Jeff Wilson with Norman Window Fashions. I'm a key account specialist. I was a contractor in the home for over 10 years doing installations for multiple manufacturers. Being in the home for so long and seeing so many different windows has given me particular insight on how to handle those windows. My job today is to show you how to handle any window you may come across. Here we have a window that does not currently have a shutter on it. When you approach a window situation, you want to make sure to assess anything that's going to obstruct the shutter that you choose. In this situation, you want to keep an eye out for any sort of window lock, cranks, any mechanism on the glass. You want to make sure you check for window depth, as well as the application that you're mounting into. This is a pretty straightforward application because it's a drywall situation, but you have to keep an eye out for bullnose and also whether or not there's any molding around the window. Also, you may be mounting into brick at some time, so you need to keep an eye out for that as well. I wanted to talk to you about the direct mount option for shutters. What a direct mount is you'll take your hinge and mount it directly into the window opening. This is used most often when you have existing casing or molding around the window that you want to maintain the look of. The manufacturer will not send you an existing frame. You'll simply mount that hinge directly in the window. This is great also if you have windows that tilt in, if you have locks or cranks. One thing you want to keep an eye out for, if your window is very much out of plumb or out of square, it is difficult to adjust those panels to make sure everything functions properly. This is an example of the hang strip option inside your shutter bag. How this works is it mounts inside the window, running the entire vertical span on either side. The hinge is attached to this piece, and then your panel would fit directly in front of that. It's kind of similar to the direct mount option, but what it does is it has some benefits. The hinge is mounted directly to this, so it gives some adjustability for hinges. In addition to that, it's a built-in light block, so you don't get light strikes across the room. Some things to look out for: if you have window locks or cranks, or if you have tilt-in windows, this piece may obstruct their operation. So that may force you to switch back to a direct mount option or to choose an outside mount shutter. Here's an example of an L frame. You can see by the shape of the frame. This is used most often as an outside mount application. It would be mounted on the wall like so and travel around all four sides of the window. If you did have a situation where you had a bullnose or a bevel, I might recommend moving it out past that point. I often don't recommend using this as an inside mount option because setting it inside, if your window is out of square or out of plumb, it becomes difficult to hide those inconsistencies, and in that situation I might recommend switching over to a Z-frame. This is also the frame that's used most often with a French door application. It's clean, concise, people love it. This is an example of our Z-frame, this one in particular being the 2-inch Bel Air Z, which is one of the most popular frames in the bag. You can see by the shape of why it's called a Z-frame. This works as an inside mount application, fitting inside the window opening like so. It's mounted through the sides. Some things you need to look out for in this frame is whether or not you have enough window depth. Also, if you have cranks or locks or tilt-in windows, you need to make sure that this frame is not obstructing their operation. Also, if you have beveled or bullnose windows, you need to make sure that this overlap is enough to help hide that inconsistency. Some of the frames are a little bit larger and have a lot of overlap. Other Z-frames may not have enough overlap to cover that inconsistency. This is an example of the outside mount deco frame, one of the most popular frames in the entire bag. The way this works is it mounts on the face of the wall like so and travels around all four sides of the window. The best part about this frame is its insert. This pops out, and during installation you'll either nail or screw through this point here and then pop that insert back in to help cover up all those nail holes. In my opinion, it's the greatest frame in the bag, and you can use it in any situation where you don't know how to approach it. Thanks for watching. For more information, please go to www.normanshutters.com.